Luigi got the sauce, boy. Luigi got the sauce, boy. Purchase your beats today. Drill beats, pop beats, and
Can you make me a beat, Valentine?
Luigi got the sauce, boy.
Purchase your beats today. Trap beats, drill beats, pop beats, and more. Purchase your beats today. Purchase your beats today. Trap beats, drill beats, pop beats, and more.
Alan, what's going on, man? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Check. What's good, everybody? Everybody who's watching, we are pretty much doing some testing on the new live stream. So thank y'all for being patient with us. Sometimes it kind of takes this. This is kind of the routine when you're building something like this. But we're just behind the scenes working on a few things. Alan, I know the intention was for us to do an introduction, right, for the live stream. Ran into a couple of technical snags, but excited to know that we figured it out. We got everything running smooth. I'm gonna still be working on this over the weekend, but ultimately, this is gonna be a dope situation. This is gonna be the hub for music producers and artists to gather and not just learn about what we're doing on the BuyBeats side and BeatPass, but I think it's going to be a dope stomping ground, period, for us to launch ideas and collaborate and spread the word about BeatPass and what BuyBeatsDotCom has to offer. So, you know what I'm saying, Alan? What you think, man?
Just give me 1 second, brother.
Okay. Yeah, so we're working in the background. Everybody, we got Cold Heat Studios in here, so
I sat here for a minute and let my phone die, trying to get it all together, but we good now.
Yeah, we're good. Your picture's looking real clear and vivid. What kind of camera you got, man? That's just camera phone?
It's an iPhone, brother.
Okay. All right, iPhones. Team iPhone. Yeah, man. So I think we'll have everything running smoothly going into next week. And like I said, I'm gonna be playing around with this and getting everything together. Can you see the live stream on YouTube?
Live stream is on YouTube, buddy.
Okay, cool.
Probably have some headphones next week so I can pay attention to both. But right now we good.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. So I know that the intention was to do an introduction, but it looks like we don't have many people on here yet, so we can kind
That's
of
fine.
yeah.
I'm comfortable with the fact that we could just have a conversation, and we had all the technical difficulties, so we almost about an hour and a half in, so we'll probably just chop this up with some important information that got to go across, and then we know we'll know where we'll be at next week in reference to timing, in reference to technical difficulties, and whatever else got to get done.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. Why I didn't blast it out? There's over like I don't know, maybe 4,000 or 5,000 producers on the list.
Yeah.
Over at this, I didn't want to.
Right. No, that was a good call. Yeah.
Always got to prepare for technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Yeah, but other than that, man, what's going on to Cold Heat? I see you in here.
In fact, let me pull this email back up. Yeah, man. And like I said, I'm gonna be messing around with this over the weekend and making kind of testing it and make sure everything is good. Looks like everything I'm looking at the stream, excellent connection and everything is good as far as the stream health. Let me see. So you want to go into it, man? You want to talk a little bit about everything we got going on?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, cool, man. Well, I know this has been a journey, man. And I think you know, everything's getting even more exciting with everything we've been bringing to the forefront here lately. A lot of game changing things. You know what I mean? Why don't we start there, Alan? Why don't we start with how this came about? You know, a little bit of the BuyBeats history for those who might watch this video who don't really know the history of how the company came to be, and then fast forward to now with what we're doing.
Well, BuyBeats is something. It's a domain actually that I had since 2008. I was running Rock Battle at the time, and I was sitting at my desk. And at the time, it was AIM Instant Messenger. A guy named George hit me up. I didn't know why he was hitting me up, but he asked me if I was Alan Brown. I said, yeah. And we got to talking. He said he heard about some things I was doing with that site, and he was inspired by it. So maybe 5 minutes or so into that conversation, he told me that he owned the domain BuyBeatsDotCom. So you know, just to make a long story shorter, we eventually we eventually engaged, tried to make a couple things happen. It didn't happen at the time. I had some other focuses, but after some back and forth and some years that went back past, maybe 4 or 5 years, I ended up getting the domain. But after I purchased it from him, I sat on it until my son started making productions. And about a year into him making productions, he was like, you know, let's do something online, because I had stopped maybe since 2016. I had let Rock Battle go, and after that, it just sat. So when my son came to me and asked me that, I said, well, listen, we can go back online. I knew the climate of the market space. I knew that, you know, the other big sites that was out. I said, if we come out, we got to do something completely different. So after a day of thinking about that is when I came up with the initial system where we would partner with producers as well as artists, but mainly producers, to give them more of a revenue share from building something from the ground up. So with that philosophy is how everything else stacked on top, as far as the stream revenues, as far as the commission for the referrals, where producers from the start was receiving commissions. I said beat play income, stream revenue, and even now where we have a an opportunity where we got this beat pass thing where artists actually get more benefits, with also the opportunity to generate. They were already able to generate from inviting other artists, as well as if an artist previously invited a producer, they can get 30% of the sales. But again, as the site has maintained that philosophy of giving artists and producers more than anywhere that they're receiving opportunities or benefits online, we're actually trying to spearhead that. So when artists and producers come, you know, and get into the community that we have, they realize that it's a great opportunity because we're creating multiple income opportunities. So that's the philosophy and pretty much the drive behind what we do, and you know, just from the concept that we have now with this particular platform.
Yeah, man, exciting concept. Let's go a little deeper, man. As far as the Beat Pass program itself, and let's talk about how it stands out in terms of the market, other things that's out there. How does it compare? How does it separate itself from other platforms out there?
Well, you know, the industry is constantly evolving. All right.
Yeah.
So you got to stay on top of that, because you know, so it's like we're in a space where after maybe a year or two, there's some paradigm shifts and there's some innovation. And right now, we've got AI, we got technology. We've always had technology. I was joking around with Rock the other day saying, as soon as they allowed drum machines to come into production and they no longer needed a live drummer in the studio or anything else that would be real acoustic, we started letting AI come in at that time. You know, 60s, 70s drum machines is hitting the market. But right now, technology is so sped up that it's making the industry, you know, a little faster. But as in any industry, as soon as technology comes in, jobs are being taken, opportunities are lost, and computers are running the world. So with all of that in mind, and what we're putting out there and trying to just keep everyone afloat, that's also some of the motivation behind not just BeatPass in itself, but just the concept of how it evolved and developed to where it is right now. So how we're ahead of everyone is basically just taking advantage of technology, as well as putting producers in a space, as well as artists particularly in a space to benefit them without having to pay as much, but also redevelop relationship with producers and get to working, and everybody benefits. So what makes us different is that right now artists can come in, pay one monthly fee, and what they used to probably have to pay hundreds for to get something situated as far as an album or mixtape or whatever, they can come in, build relationships with producers after they have a subscription fee, and then we pretty much open up the gates for them to get busy, do what they have to do with their music. Producers benefit as well because they get paid now for downloads and subscriptions, but artists also have an opportunity to spread the word and also build some type of continuity as far as in their income, residual income. So that's what kind of sets us apart right now, where, there might be other sites that offer subscriptions or try to
Yeah.
offer artists a lot of value, but there's really no one that has the underlying system that we have or the philosophy that Bob Beats is running with to come out with something like a B Pass.
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Let's talk to him. You touched on it a little bit, but let's do a deeper dive because B Pass, although it benefits producers in a major way, it's really something that's revolutionary for artists. So let's talk to him about how or what are some of the specific things that artists or ways that artists benefit, and the subscription model you talked about, how that works for artists. For those that are listening and want to understand a
Well,
deeper understanding.
for one, if you're making the contrast from what they used to do, we could say, okay, now artists can put out music without the barrier of paying for music and somewhat test driving the music. So you can go grab music, work with some dope, top quality producers, and not have the barrier to worry about if that song is going to work or not. You no longer have to worry about it until the song works before you have to actually come back and talk to the producer and work out some terms as far as that's concerned. That's great. As far as what artists are doing already, as far as spreading the word and spreading their music, we give an opportunity that actually really doesn't cost anything, because once you sign up and you get a subscription, once you continue with that subscription and maybe share with other producers and artists, that subscription is taken care of, and then there's an income opportunity for that particular artist. So that artist now could come up, build some residuals, and help and aid and finance in their career as far as what their pursuit to music. So it's another opportunity that you're not going to find on other platforms. That's pretty much that as far as artists are concerned, because it's a lot out there. But as far as the uniqueness, those are some things that hit on it right off the bat.
No, definitely. Speaking of some of the things you're going to be hard pressed to find out there in the market, the downloads. That's revolutionary within itself. You being a seasoned author, you tend to pay attention to that landscape. And sometimes you could bring things that are working in another industry and introduce it to a whole nother completely different industry, and it works there too. And I think that's what we're doing with the downloads. Can you talk about the downloading aspect and how that works for producers?
Well, it's a benefit. I'll say artists first and then go into producers. But, for artists to come in and not have to worry about a download count and just basically have one fee and get unlimited downloads, that's a benefit to them. But producers, you have to understand. Well, let me back up a little bit. Our stream philosophy on our website is where producers, these artists are coming in, no matter how many times they stream, you have to realize that the producer's beat that they're streaming gains 50% of that stream payout. So if we're paying out, even if it's just 5 cents, 2.5 cents belongs to the producer, and then the other percentage gets broken up depending on who played the beat and who is the referrer of the person who played the beat, because there's certain residuals that make it beneficial to everyone involved, producers and artists, when you're sending other producers and artists, rather if it's artist benefiting from stream revenue or producer benefiting from stream revenue. Now, as far as producers worrying about downloads, we have to share that yeah, there's going to be a lot of downloads, and we're giving a significant benefit to artists. But every time your beat is downloaded, you're going to receive a percentage of the total subscription fees that the site has collected, a certain percentage. So let's say we're giving out 12% back after all subscriptions are counted for. And just hypothetically, let's say it's $10,000 to pay out. That would be divided up amongst all the producers' beats who were downloaded. I just did a count actually yesterday. We just started this. We only have a few subscribers in right now. And right now, from the count that I have, from the math that I just did yesterday, each download that was downloaded by an artist right now would pay the producer, I believe, 43% based on the money that will get paid out from the subscriptions. Not 43%, but yeah, 43 cents. So that's a lot. 43 cents a download is a lot, particularly when we're talking about promotions, because you're lending to this program and benefiting and thinking I'm going to benefit from subscriptions, not necessarily upfront leasing fees. So the more artists that come in this program, it's not like you're just giving out free beats and there's no benefit to it. You're benefiting off of the stream. So every time they listen to your music, you're accumulating stream revenue. And every time they download, there's some more percentage that actually goes to you. So my thinking as far as the future is concerned, producers are going to have to start thinking of different ways that they can capitalize, especially with a market that's getting extremely saturated. And competing with AI. Listen, AI could put out 10 beats in 10 minutes. With a few prompts, it's going to be able to do what we're doing in 5 years, easy, no question asked. So that's some major benefits for producers to be forward thinking about everything that's happening and embrace this system early.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I want to rewind just a little bit because you touched on something that was very key, I think, for artists. And sometimes, Alan, a lot of artists don't think about, the price tag that comes with being an artist. You mentioned it already, being able to fund your music dream and having disposable income. A lot of artists are using a lot of artists still work. So they're using their 9-to-5 income and putting a strain on that to fund their music. But we got a very, very unique opportunity in the referral program. So can you touch on that? How can artists generate income just with referring other artists to the platform?
Listen, right now we have multiple ways. I lost count because we were saying a couple months ago, we had 13 different ways, and there's a variety of ways. So the very first thing that you need to understand is that BuyBeats, when you sign up, we have links that are available to you. So for example, producers, any other site, you'll go to a site and they'll give you a link. For example, it'll be BuyBeatsDotCom, Jones on the beat. That particular link that they give you, I'm sorry, I said BuyBeats, but I was talking about any other site. They'll give you that same type of link. So you'll start driving traffic to your beats for artists or whoever to listen to, and that's where it stops. Nothing else is produced. So you have to really understand like the chain of events that happens for you when you join BuyBeats. So when you become a member of BuyBeats, you get multiple links. You get links to direct traffic to your beats. You get promotional links. You get codes that you can send traffic to the homepage. But all of these produce customers for you because when anybody hits those links, they become your customer on this system for life. So that means every time they log in with that email and username and they do any activity from subscribing, listening to beats, downloading beats, whatever, there's a percentage of it in there for you. So this is what generates the income for you in the long run, because let's say you invite 5 artists and you invite 5 producers. Well, the 5 artists that you invited that hit your link and came in, they're your customers for life. So now let's just say for the first 6 months, they really don't buy beats, but they came on the site and listened to beats and they're just in beats, consuming the music, consuming the beats. Well, every time they listen, because they listen to beats that weren't yours, you receive 20% of that stream revenue. All right. Now let's say out of the 5, maybe 2 of them decided I'm going to purchase some of these beats. Well, you as the referrer now receive 30% of each beat that they purchase. Okay. So all the producers are in agreement with this because this is a collaborative effort now. In this day and age, you got to be more collaborative. You bring more streams of income in, plus you leverage your time. So that's the 2 artists. Now they buy beats. Whoever sent them receives 30%. But that's not it. Let's say out of the 5, 4 of them say, you know what? I want to subscribe now because I see so much value here. I'm here all the time buying beats. I might as well upgrade to this Beat Pass program and pay $19.99 and download unlimited beats. Well, whoever sent them is going to receive 40 to 60%, depending on how many subscriptions you have, to actually build yourself a residual income. So every month that artist is on the platform, let's say for a year, he paid $19.99 or 19 whatever, yeah, $19.99 a month. You're going to receive 40% to 60%, depending on how many subscribers you have. Let's just say you're at the 60% level. You're going to receive $11.99 for each subscriber that you have. So what if you continue to grow and you have 20 subscribers or 30 subscribers? Now you got $100, $200, $300 a month coming in monthly. And don't forget all of the other streams that I said, from the beat listens. If you're a producer, this works for you the same way. If you're a producer, from the downloads and everything else, you're getting cuts of all of the money that's happening. Now, usually on any other big platform or little platform, they don't even have all these things in motion. What they do is they give you links to promote, and you're bringing them customers. Because when that person comes in and signs up and now says, okay, I want to buy beats, or I want to subscribe, or whatever, you don't get anything of the subscription fee. You don't get no commissions from the beat sales. Neither do you get any money from the beat plays. It doesn't work for you. Only thing that works for you as a producer is you have to purchase. I mean, you have to have your beats purchased. Somebody has to license your beat, and that is the only opportunity for you. That's just not what happens on BuyBeatsDotCom. BuyBeats is multiple ways, and it starts to work for you as you start to engage more with the site and get a full understanding of what it actually is to be a part of the BuyBeatsDotCom platform. Hopefully that makes sense.
No, that was perfect, man. And if you're paying attention and you're watching this live or replay, you should be very excited if you're taking notes. But producers, we don't forget about producers. Let's talk about the benefits for producers, Alan, and how the Beat Pass program helps to grow their income, because it is revolutionary, somewhat disruptive, and it's a new system, right? And anytime there's challenge, there's a learning curve, a slight learning curve. So that's help producers understand how the Beat Pass program helps to grow their income.
Well, let me share this with you. Artists, they get my phone after this question. I got to switch my charger. Artists, they get a little less benefits because they don't put beats in the system. They're not producers. This is a community thing. Everybody eats. Influencers, marketers, artists, producers. There are some additional ways producers make money because the beats are theirs, right? So if I put beats into the system, then basically I make money from beat sales. But not only that, right now with the new Beat Pass system, even though beat sales can happen, I think we sold probably in the last 2 days, we sold a lot of different beats. There's commissions being split up with beat sales. But as far as with the Beat Pass, now you have an opportunity, like I already mentioned. Now when your beats are downloaded in that system, you're getting money for your download. So let's say, for example, you're a producer, you got 100 beats. And right now, these days, you got to put beats out into the market free. You got to give artists, the opportunity to touch your stuff, to just feel it out or whatever. Anywhere else on the internet, you're not going to get any type of money for allowing artists to use your music for, let's say, no upfront fee. I don't want to say necessarily free, because if they take it and make a hit, there's an opportunity for you to make some money on the back end. But what I want to say is that as a producer now, you can say every month you can have something, even if you got your own YouTube channel, you got your own promotions going on, you can share something with your audience and say, listen, I just made these beats. Even if you made them live, next month, these 10 beats are going to be in my Beat Pass only for 30 days. So get the Beat Pass and go ahead, because I'm taking them down. I'm going to put them back with the regular stash where you got to pay upfront for them. If a producer has that level of wisdom and you have that much following, you can actually start building up your subscriptions, which is what you really want, because that's the residuals for you. Lease beats, if you're just selling them, just as you make them and here and there, you cannot have reliable income. But if you say, let's got an audience of like 200 artists who really like this stuff and want the benefits of your free releases every month, when you take them and pull them back, you now can have subscriber base and say, listen, instead of buying them one by one, I give all 200 of y'all my next batch of beats that y'all can that I'm going to release, they're only going to be here for a limited time. You're not going to get them at this price or whatever. Over at my Beat Pass, go over to my profile, hit subscribe. You pay instead of paying $20 for one lease beat, I'm actually going to put 20 there for $20. Now, everyone who is skeptical or only want maybe one, but want the benefit of possibly getting three, would take the deal to just pay $20, right, for one subscription to have access to all of that. Not only that, the benefits of downloading other producers' beats, which the other producers are not mad because they're also going to be receiving money from those downloads. So there's so much levels of sophistication to what we're offering, but it all makes sense to cover everywhere where you wouldn't be making money in any other system, not even your own website. If you did this promo, would it work for you like this? Because those same artists that come in, that's your audience, are now benefiting you and leveraging your time, right, as far as marketing and making money. Because soon as they go and buy somebody else's beats or download somebody else's beats, guess what? You just earn some more commissions. And those artists, let's say, for example, you did this promotion in January, but now these same artists are in our system, and 6 months later, they're buying from 5 other producers or downloading from 5 other producers. That means the work that you did in January is still paying you in June. This is the leverage that our system offers that puts us light years ahead of everybody else. You just got to be able to get in here, understand it, and work the system.
Speaking of systems, and I know we'll this is a live stream. You want to stop, rewind. You want to use this as a study manual because we're giving you a lot of information. And like Alan just mentioned, the better you understand this, the more you could potentially profit from it, right? And have success with it. So speaking of systems, let's get into the point system, right? You touched on it a little bit, but let's do a deeper dive to help everybody understand, especially producers, how the Beat Pass point system works to grow their income.
All right, so I'm a part of Audible. Like you said, Audible has millions of subscribers that pay $14.99 a month and $19.99 a month. They have millions of them. And the authors, because they're not selling these beats, selling books, not beats, they're selling books. They're getting paid from page reads. So if you have a popular book and your book is getting read a lot, you're making a lot of money based off of your page reads. So this is how they figure out how to basically give that monthly member value by offering them multiple books instead of buying one book at a time. So once you get inside of that system and you're a monthly subscriber, and now you can go and be part of Kindle. Kindle is their thing, right? How they compensate the authors is by the page reads. But what they do is they take the monthly volume. So last month, I got an email that said they paid $56 million to authors for the previous month. How they divide that money up is they wait to the end of the month. They got 56 million. And now they divide that based off of page reads. There's probably some other factors as far as time or whatever, but they pay out based off of page reads. Now, different industries, you know, Buy Beats, believe it or not, is innovative in our space. But if you take all of the elements, it's really things that have been a part of different systems for a long time. But what makes it genius or innovative in your industry is when you find a way to incorporate it and then allow it to benefit, you know, the parties involved. So that's what's happening here with the point system. So because there's different volume of subscriptions every month coming in. So right now, let's say we only got 10 subscribers. They're all paying $20 a month. We have to take a certain percentage of that and pay out to everyone who's getting their beats downloaded. But that's just for this month of October. Let's say November, now that the Beat Pass program is a little bit more popular and we got 100 subscribers, now it's going to be a different percentage on how much we pay out for each download. So right before we launched this, I kind of was thinking, okay, we need a point system to manage how all of how we keep track of the downloads, and then based off of how many points, qualified points you have, then we take your points and pay you based off of what we divided from the subscription. So that's how right now I know that the points for the downloads right now, based on what we took in, is 43 cents each. So if you got 10 points, you're getting $4 and something, which is better than not getting anything, and you're still protected because when that person downloads, basically you have to think about you're only removing the upfront lease fee. You still got some terms and conditions that they follow as far as how they release the music, what they got to do, and if they got a certain amount of streams, how they got to report back to you. All that stuff happens after. But now there's motion. Now you have motion because the reality is if you're telling a lot of artists, just go to the Beat Pass, you can get my beats, other producers' beats. It's a different system. That level of traffic is now going to start generating you and everyone else money. And now we're kind of past the point of being stale or not moving. We got a lot of motion with this new system, which is what we're looking to be the benefit for producers, in the future with Beat Pass as well as what BuyBeatsDotCom is doing. I hope that's not too much. So let me sum that up just in case you don't understand. So every download you get a point. If it's a collaboration, you get a half a point or whatever percentage you are on that collab. So let's say that right now when you upload your beat and it's 3 producers who did the beat and you put that in the back and one producer gets 50%, one gets 30 and one gets 20. Our system will give you points based off of that. So one is going to get a half a point. Another one's going to get like a 30% of a point. Other one's going to get 20% of a point. At the end of the month, we're going to calculate that based off of the monthly subscriptions, and then that's how you're going to get paid out. So that's how the points.
That's amazing. I like how our system, our platform looks out for the long term and the short term in terms of income, how you can generate it, and kind of opens your whole perspective on how you should earn as a music creator, right? But since we're talking about the downloads, instead with that, we have the streaming as well, right? So break that down. And we're kind of covering everything so everybody can go back and rewind and take notes. But let's dig into that one more time with the streaming, how producers and artists earn from streaming on the platform.
Listen, as a company, we're generating, somebody's discussing with me about ad revenue. We also have already subscription revenue, right? So us, if you remember, the main philosophy of our company is to try to figure out how we can pay back out different ways to artists and producers so that the things that you used to do, and you used to do it for free, right? You send in links out on YouTube, Instagram, DM your links and all that. The things you used to do now benefit you monetarily. So now with Beat Plays, just aligning with our philosophy, this is another way to actually offer producers money, because think about it like this. If you're on Spotify and you're driving people to go get your Spotify streams or whatever, the concept is there. Remember I said there's nothing new under the sun. You could just evolve it, and flip it. So nobody in the beat industry say, hey, we got a beat store, let's pay for these streams and then take the advertising dollar, because these producers are sending the traffic. So when you think about Spotify or anybody else who's paying anybody for stream or not paying anybody for streams, but they're getting paid for their streams, they're well, Spotify, I would say, is the most doing it. Okay, nobody's really doing it in the beat industry. So when you take that and say, oh, you know what, these producers, they're driving the traffic. Without them driving the traffic, we have nothing. But yet I can go and take a banner, tell somebody, I'm gonna take this banner, I'm gonna charge you 200, and let's say AI, I know AI hanging around, he's gonna send 100 people, right? 100 people, I'm gonna get $100 for this banner right here. The banner could be about a software gear or hardware gear, maybe it's NPC. NPC comes say, I'm gonna give you $10,000 for all that traffic you get. And I take that 10 and I don't break nothing off to the producers, but you're driving the traffic. How do you feel about that? Like when you really know exactly what it is, how do you feel about that? But what if I say, you know what? I'm going to share this with the producers. So Akai comes to me and make a deal. We got a new release. We want all your producers to know. Can you throw these banners in the way of all of the traffic that they send in? Oh, producer traffic. And I'm talking producers. So maybe it won't be Akai, but maybe it'll be something else that artists use, right? Whatever. Just get the concept. So I say, all right, well, you know what? I'm going to kick back 40%. And I'm for all of the traffic for the listens, I'm going to pay on the streams. That opens up the opportunity for now you to get paid on the stream. So we take numbers that we have, and here's how the streams break down. You as a producer, every time an artist, verified artist, producers don't make, if you're a producer on our platform and you press play on another producer beat, you don't get any money. That's a misconception. A lot of times that's not clear. I want to make that clear. You're only going to get paid when an artist streams your music. So that's the incentive. Bring artists. We could care less about producers because producers are already in the hub. They spending time. They measuring their skills off of other people's skills, and they're not going to buy your beats. Artists will. So when artists come in, our system knows it's an artist account. It's listening to your beats. It's monitoring the patterns. It's looking at the seconds they listen to. If it's a verified artist and it's not no fraudulent stuff, we send those the 50% of what we're paying out to your account. All right. The other percentage, the 20% of the stream revenue goes to the person who sent that artist. So if it's an artist or a producer who sends another artist, because both could send the artist, and they start coming to listen to beat. If you're the producer who sent that artist, no matter how many beats they listen to on the platform, you're receiving 20% of that stream revenue every time they listen to your beats or somebody else's beats. You're getting that. The other 30 is for the other producer. Let me see. Hold on. It's 50. It's 50 going to the producer, 20% going to the person that's playing. No, 20% going to the person who's playing the beat, and 30% going to the person who sent the person to play the beat. There you go. Had to get that clear. So everyone is making money on beats being played. The producer's making the most from the stream. The person who sent the person who's there, because that person wouldn't be here if you didn't send them. So now we reward the person who sent the person by saying, listen, you sent that artist. Every time they listen, you also going to get some of that ad money from the streams or whatever the subscription rate that we're paying out. And then the other person that I said. So sometimes I confuse myself when I'm talking about all these different revenues. That's why I might have to listen to it again and make sure I'm getting it right. But you got to be sure that everything is working for you on all levels, so that if you did all that work in January, you still getting paid in June.
Yeah. It's a lot of moving parts, man, but it's all for the benefit. In fact, you kind of covered and touched on my next 3 or 4 questions. You kind of broke it all down. And I advise, again, everyone who watches this video, make sure you keep this video, save it in a playlist, because we're going to continue to do these videos. And so I would create on your own YouTube channel a playlist and call it, BPass Live playlist. And then that way you can store all the playlists, our videos in your playlist and get back to them later. Let's talk bigger picture now. How does BeatPass, or when it comes to BeatPass, the overall mission, what's the overall mission in terms of the goals when it comes to helping artists and producers overall? What's the big picture at the end of the day for BeatPass?
To be honest with you, I mean, even in explaining everything that we just explained, I think the bigger picture reveals itself, because nowhere is there so much of an opportunity. Everything starts small and you got to grind it up. But nowhere is there an opportunity for producers and artists to work together and generate income for things that they're doing right now for free. You got to understand that. So the long goal is for the company to grow and see many artists eating off of this system, as well as producers eating in a different way. A lot of people are giving up on it so soon, and then when they come back and say, I didn't realize it did all of this. And I think that's the mold that a lot of us have because of a lot of things. We're in an instant gratification society. So if something doesn't work within 30 days, you're ready to be like, I'm going back over here. I'm doing whatever. So I think that, the big picture is for us to constantly work this, gain the traction we need, and then to see artists and producers eating off of this system like no other system has ever been, put forth or done before. So that's like the vision of it.
That's amazing. I'm definitely excited, and I know a lot of folks going to be watching this. You're going to be excited too, and just know, again, this is going to be a continuous conversation. This is a conversation that's going to continue to grow. We're going to be here every Friday night at 8:00 p.m. Central. This is something we're very committed to, because just like you said, with all the information that we're laying out, we're going to break this information up piece by piece every week. So this is going to be an opportunity, Alan, for a lot of producers and artists who are already involved to invite everyone that that you've been talking to about BeatPass, BuyBeatsDotCom, and they don't really, they haven't made a decision yet. let them come get the information and hear from a third party. For viewers watching, for everybody who's watching, folks that are going to watch this replay, what's the best way for them to get started with BuyBeats.com and BeatPass?
Right now, I would just say, once you register, we do have some tutorial videos. I was just thinking today, I'm gonna update, since we got BeatPass, I'm gonna update one of the tutorials I have. But to be honest with you, I know producers, and we're, like I just said, we're in the instant gratification society. Right now, there are tools available. We have some videos, we have some ebooks, electric books that you could download for free. And anything worth, I guess, the reward of time and stuff, it's going to take you educating yourself, because the key thing, I'm going to say this right now, before you even try to grind away at this system, is to be as educated as you can possibly be about what we're doing. It's so different. You need to educate yourself to see how you benefit, because I see a lot of people making mistakes. For example, just on their when they're even sharing the information, they're saying, yo, go to BuyBeatsDotCom. And I want you to know that you're right now, it wasn't like this before, but I opened it up because the traffic was kind of dying off. People didn't know what they was doing. Because it's affiliate based, okay, and it's an opportunity involved, you are only tied to the opportunity if people click your link. So your engagement with individuals really shouldn't be, hey, visit BuyBeats.com, because I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot of marketing out there, and they have to backtrack and say, well, I told this person about it, but did you really get that person to click your link? Because once you click the link, our system has 3 or 4 ways to track that, unless the person switches devices and changes location, and then we can't keep up with them. So it's up to you to really, learn, educate yourself about our system, learn how to market the system to engage with others, and then it starts to work in your benefit, because now you'll start to see, I'm getting a lot of signups. Like Salt Life is an artist that we just started to engage with. He got a testimony up. If I'm not mistaken, in the last 2 days, I think I've seen maybe 6 people sign up under his name. So at some point, he's being very effective, because somewhere he's engaging and making sure people click his link. And then I'm seeing the emails and the notifications come in saying Salt Life just sent this person. So he got that part. And it's more to be educated about with follow-ups, because everyone who signs up, they go into your customers column. You go into your dashboard, there's a My Customer tab. In that tab, you get the information about your customer. You also get their email. And if you have, we also have a drip campaign, so they're receiving emails in a certain amount of days, even up until they sign up, then it might drop off. But you, as the person who sent them, and that's your investment, should also follow up. Hey, I just seen you signed up. I referred you. You came in as my customer. I want to share some things with you to let you know how this is working for me. If you got any questions, get yourself acquainted. This is like, I don't want to say it's network marketing, but it kind of is. You got a network, So
Everything
so
is. Yeah.
yeah, everything is. So because people are sign up, and I'll tell you what, some people sign up and we get them through the door. Then the next thing, I see them either post in the forum or say something on social and say, this is no different than I'm gonna just say, this is no different than BeatStars or any other site. And I'm like, wow, they missed it. And you don't have time to chase everybody. You try to show the system in different ways, but you got to understand this. And part of your prospecting, that there's a certain mindset that's not going to see out to the right or to the left. They're kind of just seeing what's in front of them. So just the very fact of a site that says BuyBeats.com, all right, I've seen 1,000 sites that sell beats. BuyBeats is no different. Their mindset is already thinking that, unless there was something that triggered something different. So sometimes your engagement triggers something different. I was looking at some comments just now, some old YouTube videos, and somebody on one of my previous videos said, hey, I just signed up to your site, and the next day I made $6. How did that happen? See, that right there got the engagement. So that starts the conversation too. Some producers, we let them know, that you just don't make money by selling beats, right? What do you mean by that? Now you have an opportunity to engage with this producer. And if you have a little success, with the platform already. I don't even care if it's just 2 cents. If you made 2 cents from your beat plays and you only been on the site for 2 days, you already have success, because that doesn't happen anywhere else. And you want to make sure you hit people up and say, listen, I just let my beats get played. I didn't make a sale yet, but that's a win. I made 2 cents. So that's very important, man, to make sure that the people that you're inviting know that some of the things that's happening outside of what normally would happen is happening, so it can pique their interest to say, well, how did that happen? And then that's like light bulbs that pop off.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. And you laying out so much information and bringing this information to the table. I hope everybody understands that's the power of what we're doing. And sometimes you can't explain, or you can't, lay it out how Fat Fingers lays it out, right? But it's dope to know that you'll be able to invite them. Like I said, we're going to do this every Friday night. And, Alan, you already know we're going to have people like Salt Life on to give his testimony, talk about what's working for him. We'll bring those artists and producers that are having great success. We want you to have that formula, so we're going to interview them and bring them on. There'll be panel discussions, but we're also going to have some fun. We're going to highlight those producers that are really making it happen, those artists that are making it happen. Alan, we got the song, we didn't even talk about that, the Beat Pass 500. We got that going on right now, so we'll be reporting on that. There's a lot that we're going to be able to do on Beat Pass Live. You got to make sure that you subscribe to the channel. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to do that. Like this video, and then share this video with folks that you've been sharing BuyBeatsDotCom with. This is going to be a great informational tool.
I had to grab this off my shelf just now. You see that book right there? Residual Income for Music Producers. It's in your dashboard in your My Office, right under your customer tab, absolutely free. Now I just put it in this form basically, so it's available on Amazon for like $19. And the last maybe 3 or 4 chapters is only on Amazon, which is basically talking some wealth principles. But this is a good start right here, because this teaches you about your links, the customers area, the campaigns you can run, everything that I could possibly tell you about the foundational part of Buy Beats, even the history of it, is in this book right here. So if you get your hands on it, it's absolutely free. It's in your dashboard right now. That book already has about 500 downloads. All right. And I think I put this up in February. So there are some people reading it. I could actually see that, but who's implementing it? Because all of what you need to do is like the underlying part of what's going on is actually in there.
Well, now that we have Beat Pass Live, man, we might need to just break down some chapters on here. Take a minute to do that on every live stream. Break down a chapter. Start a book club. You know what I'm saying, so to speak, because the information in there is vital. It's crucial. But this was really a test run. Greater things are going to be definitely coming our way. This is going to evolve. We're committed to this because there's so much education, so many conversations much needed that needs to happen. And then it's just going to make all of us better. We're going to be more equipped to go out there and share this information and evolve with this amazing opportunity. Alan, is there anything else that you want to cover, talk about? We're going to be back next week. And I'm going to be working on bringing a panel of artists and producers that are Beat Pass members, BuyBeatsDotCom members, and have them come on and talk about their experience, what they like about the platform, and why they think other artists and producers should be involved. So we'll probably kick off the next live stream with that.
Well, listen, this is just a start. As far as the channel has been here. Every once in a while, I put a video up, but as far as the company and what needs to happen, this was just the first live. So I'm looking forward to all of that, having the special guests, getting the information out there and basically changing the landscape of what producers could expect in the industry, and not just get used. Because you got to get mad once you figure out, like, yo, I'm doing stuff that's making other people rich. And I mean, nobody's sharing the wealth with me. And the wealth starts here in the mindset and mentality. It's like, nobody's sharing that part. And then after that part, nobody's putting the system together. So here is the answer to all of those challenges. Mindset wise, we're changing that. System wise, there's one here available now. You don't have to build it from scratch. And to be honest with you, the more communal we could be, the more we could excel. You know, everybody's just here doing what they got to do, helping each other and moving forward. So that comes in time, but the foundation is here already. So I think at this point, I know it's just a couple people in the live. If there's any questions,
we got
put it
one.
in the live. I could take a look at it real quick.
We got a question, actually. AI music. And yeah, I need to work on relaying the new information to customers who have signed up under me in the past. I have a lot of inactive members. You know what? The fact that we're doing this right now, I believe it makes our job easier as affiliates, because now, you know, we could pique interest. You know what I mean? You talked about that the other night. Bring up a pain point. Remember, you addressed that. Get on common ground with people. We're in the same industry, so relating to producers as a producer and artists is really not difficult. It's just a conversation, piquing their interest, and then passing them the information. We have amazing videos that break this down, but then inviting them to BeatPass Live, to me, is going to seal the deal, because once you pique their interest, they're interested. You pass them the information. They see that video, the BeatPass video, and then they show up here to get the information that you just laid out tonight. To me, that's going to be the closer right there. But what you think?
I think that's 100% right on.
Yeah, so that, because as you know, even with AI, for example, if you have success with something you figure out as far as sharing this, right? But if someone else can't duplicate it, you know, that's as far as it's going to go. That's why we got to have a simple way, a simple method that everybody follows in order to grow this. And Alan, you laid it out already, you know, getting results and everybody learning how to get those results. There got to be something simple in place where everyone can do it and it's doable. Cause I see a lot of this too, Alan, people creating a lot of like marketing material and doing a lot of that. And that's cool, but it's not really effective, you know what I mean? From my vantage point, right? But just the simple things, just reaching out to somebody and getting on common ground and, you know, relating to them, and then just bring it up. Hey, what I found out, I think this is the answer to some of the challenges that we have as artists and producers. Oh yeah, what is that? Well, tell you what, I'm about to head out with the family. I'm gonna send you the link once I get in the car, and let them look at it. You already got them interested. Give them the link. And then let the video do the job. That's what the video is for. It does all the selling and telling. That video is amazing. It breaks it down better than anybody can, right? And then invite them here. Let them hear what Alan just laid down. Let them see the other producers and artists that we're going to have on the live stream talking about their experience. We don't have to sell them. We're going to bring them. We're going to put them in front of the information that's going to sell it for them. You know?
That's it. That's it. So I'm actually going to put this on the homepage. I'll put this link on, see how it works out, see what type of engagement, because it's informative, and this is for artists and producers. Listen, and I'll probably close with this. Artists, you benefit at BuyBeatsDotCom. It's just not a place where you come and you find a single or some instrumentals for your mixtape or album. It's actually a place to build, gain connections, as well as the residuals that you can earn. Just think about it like this. Artists, we pay you to listen to beats. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this at the front of the video. Artists, listen, we pay you to listen to beats. Please find another platform right now that pays you to listen to beats. That means you can buy them or not. That means you could do BeatPass or not. But at the end of the day, while you're here searching, our first thing to benefit you is to pay you just for listening. That means as you giving producers ears to their music, finding what you may want for your single or your album, whatever, you're getting paid for that. Okay? Now, there's multiple benefits that are laid out in this community for artists and producers. Watch this video and you're going to actually see the basis of what we have done here to benefit artists and producers. It's going to blow your mind, because never before the information that you're going to watch on this video live is, if you didn't see it already, it's going to be introduced to you for the first time. Never done before on the ways that we're trying to get you paid just by utilizing Buy Beats and everything else that's coming from it. So on that note, just watch this video.
Absolutely. And ladies and gentlemen, those watching live and those who will watch the replay, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel. Like I said, we got more coming. We're committed to do this every week. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you get those alerts when we go live. We're live every Friday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Central, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern. We are Beat Pass Live, brought to you by BuyBeatsDotCom. Leave your questions in the comments. If you got questions about any information that you heard tonight and you need clarity, drop it in the comments. Follow us on IG at BuyBeats, IG at BuyBeats. What else? What else we got? Go to BuyBeatsDotCom. Get back with whoever sent you this video, and let's build something special. All right? I appreciate you, Alan. We out of here.